Well, we've opened up the storm door, the latest one moving off to the east here, tracking a much bigger impact storm coming in from the Pacific. That one delivering big rain and snowfall totals. Behind the first system, though, we have some cold air, so our frost advisory will be in place Friday morning with temperatures dropping into the upper 20s to lower 30s. With an impact of plants and pets. Need to protect those as we head through tonight. And actually, this is going to be a very similar situation to Saturday morning as well before we start to track this big weather system coming in for the end of our weekend and through much of next week. Winter storm watch is already in place for Saturday evening through Tuesday night. We're expecting anywhere from 2 to 9 feet of snow, and obviously with that much snow, we're going to have big travel impacts. This is going to be right now projected to be an AR3, an atmospheric river category 3, with both beneficial and hazardous conditions. The benefits are we need the big rain and snowfall totals. That helps fill our reservoirs. The hazardous side could see some flooding and also big travel delays coming. A couple of things that we're considering, obviously the morning frost both Friday and Saturday, but when we look at this big storm coming in, the reason why we're putting it as an AR3 is not only the strength of the storm, but the duration, how long it'll be staying in place. You can see the timeline. This starts up on Sunday, but it continues through our Monday, our Tuesday, even Tuesday night. We're still looking at significant snowfall coming in through the Sierra, and that's going to give us the huge totals that we're expecting, not to mention the valley rain as well. Anywhere from about 1 to 3 inches from Sacramento through Stockton and Modesto, with some of the bigger totals being north of I-80, Grass Valley with about 5 to 7 inches of rain, Sonora 3 to 4 inches. But some of those rainfall totals are quickly going to turn to snow because the cold air will come in, and we're expecting snow to drop down to about 2,000 feet. Some of these snow totals for Sunday through Tuesday, 48 to 60 inches along Donner and Echo passes. Carson, Ebbets, and Sonora passes 60 to 80 inches. But again, north of I-80, the big winner here. Lassen with potentially over 100 inches of snow. And every bit of that is needed. We're only at about 15 to 20% of average for our snowpack right now. We started off really well with that historic storm system coming in late in October. A big boom for the start of the water year. Then we hit some drying out period, and so our snow water equivalent is much less right now throughout the entire Sierra. The reason this is important, it supplies 1/3 of the state water needs. It fills our reservoirs through runoff, and so when we have those big snow packs, it really puts us in a good situation. We haven't had that in the past couple of years. So the drought situation was pretty dire here the first day of October, the beginning of the water year. We had extensive drought throughout the state. A couple of systems coming through has helped kind of chip away at this, but over the past week, we've seen absolutely no change. This is what it looked like last week. We are in the exact same position this week because we haven't seen what we need to over the past couple of weeks with storms coming in. Our rainfall's still looking pretty good, though. We're sitting at about 1 to 4 inches plus above average, and the storm that's coming in next week, that's going to help to bring up those numbers as well. Here's a look at those reservoirs just to kind of put it in perspective here. We're only 29% full for Shasta, our state's biggest reservoir. Everywhere else about 30 to 50% full, and that's going to put us about 50 to about 95% of average. Again, this time of year, we don't see a whole lot of runoff coming into those reservoirs, so we don't expect those numbers to go up. The long range forecast, the next 8 to 14 days, a wetter than average outlook, but also a below average temperature outlook, which is good for that snowpack.